going forward. The market looked a bit bumpy. I wasn't around yesterday because my internet. I may have had a emotional breakdown on the phone to my internet provider. That seems to be a full blown mafia these days. But whatever. But the market is looking interesting. There's a lot of volatility to be understood. Something that was talked about in the past few days as well when I've been streaming and telling you guys about it. We have some of the most important, most impactful economic data that's going to be happening. But I will say a few things. First things first, Bitcoin is at a very key junction, and it's only going to take one positive economic data to come out for this to get to the next stage. We're seeing a lot of economic and graph data and analysis and graph movements that are moving forward that are showing that this thing is going to expand one more time, I assume. Now, which way the expansion is going to be solely dependent on the data that's going to be coming out from various data, which we're going to be going through. Some key factors are going on, key analysis that's happening on the graphs, and then we will go through and see, and I'll explain to you what I feel is going to be happening. Now, did they cut rates? No, they will definitely not be cutting rates this time. I would be unbelievably surprised. Now, if we look at Bitcoin, right now, we are in major contraction on the Bollinger Bands. We are at a key junction point, not only where Bitcoin is sitting, right? Not only on where it's sitting, but also where the RSIs are sitting, where the market data is sitting, where a whole slew of information is sitting at really key junctures. This thing is either going to violently go up, or it's going to retrace and then go up. Before, I've stated it many times before, what's going on, what's happening, what the situation is. Let me get this through. We're seeing a massive imbalance, a massive imbalance in the market right now. At this present moment, Bitcoin is sitting above the Bollinger Band, a contracting Bollinger Band. Usually contracting Bollinger Bands are full-blown moments where there's going to be aggressive expansion from that point. We have a massive imbalancement. I've taught you guys this. This is something that you guys should be looking at yourself or learning. You're seeing a massive imbalancement between the long and the shorts. The shorts are way higher than the long. These will balance out, and that balance out will come through in the form of a short squeeze. Major level on ETH needs to break through. I'm going to get to ETH as well, right? All of this stuff is moving towards one more large move, which I then expect to have a more of a bearish sentiment in the market for a while, and then we will see if I am correct or not. I want everyone to really understand this. There's a lot of people that will be doom talking when things are pulling back and things are a bit bearish, right? I would say we could very well come back and retest this 116,000 level. The reason why I say the 116,000 level is because I've shown you guys several times over. There is a mid-wick. What's this? Only 7 people watching on YouTube. Everybody watching on TikTok with no charts. Who are these people? I don't know, man. They just come to troll me. I think that's what they enjoy. We could see the midwick strategy coming in. The 116 could come down and be tested, because that level there, as we talk about the 50% level of these large inefficiency wicks, come on my life. Just come on. Anyway, so that 50% level hits almost identically on the 16,000 level. We look at where are we right now? We look also at the liquidations levels here. You're seeing I'm at work, brother. I can't look at my phone anyway. It's all right, man. Just listen. You can watch it later on. There's an ever tightening band between the two, between 118 and what we see, the 116. So that 116 has real good confluence between the two. This tightening of the liquidation levels, the tightening of liquidations, the tightening of the imbalancement of the long to shorts. At the same time, we're coming to a key area in the Bollinger Bands. So basically recoil of what this is going to is pointing towards an expansion, a major expansion that's going to be happening. Furthermore, if we look at on the weekly, oh man, if my internet, I'm having, I am paying for the most expensive internet. Like, I should be able to stream military data, and it's just not doing it in any way whatsoever. YouTube is better to look at the graphs. Thank you so much. If you want me to adjust anything on here, please let me know as well, so you guys can see it better. If furthermore we look at the key levels of the get the Starlink. Oh, God, I have a Starlink, but not in here. I'm in London. I would expect the internet in London to be better. All right, please just don't. Anyway, whatever. It's all cool. Is this sound better? Do I sound more like, hey, welcome to Barry White. Hello, we're from TikTok. Doesn't see my girl. Oh my God. Okay. If only you knew someone in the Telegram industry. Yes, Dalton, I would love for you to help me out with these matters. Just any internet that works. It's the only one that has fiber optic in my area. Whatever, I don't get it. If you guys want to see what's going on, check out these. No, I don't want that. Check out these things here. I'm not the king. Please don't say that. Are you with Virgin? I'm with Virgin. How did everyone know that? How did everyone know that? How did everyone know that I was with Virgin? Because I think everyone has gone through that kind of thing. I feel like their fiber is a scam. It is a scam. It is a scam. I don't know what's going on. It's doing my head in, man. I'm just doing my head in. The numbers look good, but the connection, like it when it goes, it goes. They're like, oh, I'm sorry. We'll let you know when it's better. Cool. Anyway, so where were we? So we could come back down to the 116 level. If we look at the RSI, remember what I said. I want everyone to really understand what I'm talking about. We're coming to a extremely interesting situation right now. Not only are we seeing contraction in the Bollinger Bands, we're seeing imbalancement in the short to longs. We're seeing this RSI coming back on the weekly to come and retest the slingshot of Bitcoin. And more importantly, right, I want everyone to understand, bro, upload speeds are low. That's why Virgin Media gave you upload speeds. Oh, I don't know what it is. It's not that. It's just nothing works, man. Nothing works. Nothing works. Switch to E better in my experience. I don't know, man. I want to get to there's one which is really good, but it just doesn't come into my area. Whatever, it's fine. Also, I want to show you something else in this, right? And this is really interesting. When you see bull flags within bull flags, right? As a further confluence, I don't understand how people can be bearish in this situation right now. Short term, mid term, I'm going to be somewhat bearish, right? I want everyone to also understand this fact, right? And I'm going to come to the alt season and explain why I think the alt season. I did a video about it, but no one watched it, obviously, because why would anyone watch my videos? All they want is for me to talk about it on my live, which they just come and throw insults at me. It's my favorite moment in the day. But look, we have a bull flag. I'll just draw it on here, right? Bull flag. And we have a bull flag developing here. And it looks absolutely perfect if it comes down and taps the 116. Bull flag within bull flag. And I'm going to show you something really interesting, right? I'm going to show you something really interesting. Let me just get rid of this. All right? We have a bull flag within a bull flag. And more importantly, the movement of bull flags, the measured move should... Oh no, what am I doing? That's not the measured move. Oh, that was funny. That's the measured move. The measured move would bring us to 135,000. So I'm expecting, with all that is happening, I watched and commented on all your videos. Thank you so much, Redemption. You're the true believer in my things. Although when things go a bit red, everyone's like, "Ah, red is wrong. Why is everyone's wrong?" But this is looking like a measured move to the 135 if this breakout happens, which I believe it will. But I would like to give one massive caveat of what's happening right now. We are going to be getting some insane data, right? This is some serious data, right? We have some of the most incredible. By the way, you guys should check this out. CryptoCraft is an amazing website, right? We have some of the most unbelievable data coming out and things going. Not only do we have the FOMC, right, but we also have unemployment, and we also have non-farm data, non-farm job creation, and on top of that, we have PMI, manufacturing PMI, right? So every one of which could cause serious problems if it doesn't go well. We have some stupid stuff going on. Don't forget a rate cut. There is no chance of a rate cut happening at this present moment. Absolutely none. You got. It's just not going to happen, right? I mean, look. I'll show you the data here. There's no chance of a rate cut happening. Get rid of that. If we come here, you see that the chance of it not, of a rate cut. Chance of a rate cut. I have some alpha, by the way, for everyone here. Whoever watches it to the end is going to get some alpha from you, because I know something. I know something you don't. Two big things, right? One has got to do with ton, which I'm just going to start talking about very lightly, very lightly, because a massive short squeeze is coming. It's looking like it, all right? Right here, and all it would take is one tiny piece of positive news. Wouldn't shock me if we tap 112. I would say 116 looks possible. I mean, we'll look at if there's a CME gap as well, which could be a possibility where it could come and tap. Now, where this is sitting right now is that there is no chance of a rate cut. There is no chance. There is no chance. I do like the fact that there is a chance of a rate hike, which is a 2.1%, which is wild, right? But there's no chance. There's no chance of that happening, right? So because of that, I think it's not about the rate cut, and it's actually never about the rate cut. The rate cut is never important, right? That's not what's important. It's the sentiment of the Fed that's going to be very important. That's going to be far more important than anything else. Furthermore, we're gonna have to see if the manufacturing PMI is good. We're gonna have to see if non-farm and job creation is healthy. The question here, right? The question here is if data is bad is wrecked. No, in fact, it could be positive. See, this is the thing. It's all a nuance of what's happening. If data is very strong, if there is very strong employment, if there is no inflation, if manufacturing is going good, and the Fed is showing some form of dovishness, I would be surprised if the Fed is dovish. I'm going to say this, right? I'm going to say they're going to still stick by to wait and see, somewhat medium level. The reason why I'm saying, by the way, can we get some likes, man? I want 11,000 likes. What's this about? What is this about? I'll have no choice to be dovish, or Trump will roast him. Trump can't roast him, Marius. He can do whatever he wants. He can't do anything, right? Government rigged numbers. I don't think it rigs numbers. I think it cherry picks, and its ability to gain data is very difficult, right? So what I was going to say is that I would like, honestly, if we could see slightly worsening unemployment or slightly worsening job creation, that alone will pump the market. It'll be a short pullback and then a pump the market. My worry is you're going to have to find a justification. We're going to have to find a justification. How can I say? We're going to have to find a justification for why why the Fed is cutting if everything is good. This is the problem. And I will say this, right? I was talking to a really interesting guy today. I actually went to his property. He lives in in Surrey in a massive massive place there. Anyway, long story, he owns various um trading platforms and things like that. And he was talking to me about something very interesting. I was saying to him, look, the tariffs are working and this and the other and everything's going well and all this kind of jazz. And he was like, well, there aren't really tariffs at the moment. And that is why Powell is wait and see mode. Because the tariffs that are really that are being acted at the moment, that are actually set in place, are the ones that he's made deals with. So the inflationary effect of tariffs are still not really seen because he keeps moving the benchmarks, the goalposts. He threatens stuff, but it doesn't really come into effect properly. They're always a form of getting to the next stage of um of negotiation. And he goes, the problem with what Powell is facing right now is that if the the tariffs were fully in fact the way that he said, uh true, I used the long terminology. I meant it will go up overall, but will drop fast. Oh yeah, if all the tariffs were in effect, there would be no chance of a rate cut because undoubtedly there would be inflation, right? So it's a pure minefield where Powell is sitting right now, and he's getting heavy pressure because Donald Trump, no matter what he says and whatever he says, oh, I don't care about business and trade and all this kind of stuff, he does. He definitely does because he wants to show strength and he's growing the economy, and it will be an artificial growth in relation to what would be stated as a very strong economy. So why are you cutting? And the only thing I can think of would be to help homeowners. It's the only thing I can think of. But the increase in house prices would negate the the benefit of a rate cut for homeowners. This is the situation. It's a bit of a catch-22 type of situation right now, right? It's a bit of a catch-22 situation. So I would be extremely surprised if he's very dovish in this Fed meeting, because I don't see a reason why he would be. I mean, if we got bad economic data or inflation was on a downward trend, I could see it. I could see it. And this is the thing. It's like this. It's hard. It's hard to judge what's the best way forward in what's going to be happening. And it's going to be an interesting read on the Fed tomorrow. It's going to be very, very interesting. That's why that's why trading right now and doing anything of any type is very risky, because we are right on the edge. I believe, and what the data is showing me, is that there should be an expansion up. But one bad read, one really bad data set. Because the problem is, right, the Fed meeting comes before the big data, the actual impactful data. And that's the real problem that we're facing right now, because, we have all this impactful data coming out, but the Fed is going to be showing its thoughts before that. It's hard. I mean, they should already have that data on them and everything else, but it's a hard one to read right now. And it's going to be very, very interesting to understand what's going on. And that's why anyone that's in the groups and everything that I have, I'm being extremely cautious on saying anything, because we've moved. What percent have we moved today? I mean, we've moved almost 2% up and down in Bitcoin today. There's no real understanding. The only one that's moving is Ton. And anyone in Fat Cut is going to really enjoy what's going to be coming next. That's all I'm going to say. Right, that's that situation. That's what I'm saying. In my opinion, there's a short squeeze coming, and it's going to be moving up, right? I can't tell you exact dates and times and when this is going to be happening, but this is what I'm thinking, right? This is the situation. Yeah, the data should be before the meeting. I mean, they already have the data. They should be getting the data, but it's the market's reaction towards it is going to be very interesting. We'll know before the event happens. I'll tell you that now for a fact. Now, everyone's talking about the 114. No, that's already been filled. That this wick here on the 115 level is already being filled, right? This is the situation where we are. So this is where we are. Do you think that we're close to an alt season? I would say not this month, the month after. I think we're going to be in full blown alt season. Remember my words. Remember my words. I think that's what's going to be happening. I think we're going to be going into absolute parabolic insanity levels, especially by October. But I think it'll start in September. Now, if we look at S&P 500, right? The S&P 500 is sitting in a very interesting place. We are on a retest of a multi-month trend line. I think it's going to reject from there. But I will say this, right? I will say this, and I said this to everyone that was here before the weekend last week, and what I've been talking about for a while. We haven't had a real pullback in the S&P 500 yet. Nothing of any significance. And we could technically, oh God, I don't want to say this. You guys are not going to like what I'm going to say. We could technically see a retracement and retest of the 6279. We really could. I mean, if we look at let's see what the Monday range is looking like. Are we in the Monday low or high? I don't think we're going to go back in the S&P. I think we could potentially see it's so hard, but I think that we could potentially see a movement up. Right now, it's so hard to read. It's so hard to read right now because we are so unbelievably dependent on. Think of it this way: if the daily on the S&P 500, if this closes on the Monday low, so we're talking about a very tiny move here. What kind of a percentage are we talking about here? Barely point. We're talking about absolute minute levels here. If this finishes at the Monday low, then tomorrow I think will be green. Watch this very carefully, very carefully, right? Very carefully what's happening on that side. Now, if we go to gold, in my opinion, I mean it has broken the trend line, but trend lines can be readjusted only a few times, but would that count as a trend? No, you can't adjust it that much. I mean, it has technically that, so it could. I would say there could be further movement down this towards the 3252, right? Inverse reaction. I'm sensing that there's going to be a bit of a pullback in gold as well, which could bode well for the markets. I think I'm leaning towards a push up. Well, there's a pullback first, but I think there's going to be one more expansion. I think 135 could be definitely tapped. Now, if we look at the DXY, it's come and finally hit the 98.92 level I've talked about. But the more it tries to break this 98 level, the higher the chance that this thing is going to actually go through. This is the 1, 2, 3, fourth attempt, and I think it will break through the US dollar aspect of it. So, see, it's hard. There's so many conflicting details. Is there any important meeting these days that can affect the market? Yeah, are you joking? Are you joking, Marianne? There's the FOMC. There's a manufacturing PMI. There's unemployment. There's non-farm job creation. Everything you could possibly imagine is going to be coming out that could absolutely destroy this market or make this market. Bro, you're in every chat asking about Uniswap. I'll have a look at Uniswap at the end. So that's the situation. It's very hard right now. I'm leaning towards a short squeeze, but whether that is a pullback down towards 116 on Bitcoin first, I'm not too sure. If that happens, that can be it. But if we look at the grand scheme of things, alts are still relatively strong against this downward market, right? But I would say this again, and I want you to see this as well. We're seeing another bear flag within a bear flag, which in this scenario is a positive thing, right? We have a bear flag here, we have a bear flag here, and we have a bear flag. Wow, that's a straight line. And we have a bear flag that's forming here as well. So this continuation down, I would say, is in the cards, right? It's definitely within the cards. I still think this 3.8 level is going to be a major level of resistance. This level here is unbelievably important. I will be taking some profits when it gets down to here. This is the thing that I will be most definitely doing, and it's really important for you guys to really understand this fact. But again, we're having bear flags within bear flags, bull flags within bull flags, and a partridge in a pear tree. Is that right? Is a partridge in a pear tree? What's that got to do with Christmas? Anyway, I don't know. If there's anyone that understands that, please write that in the comments. I don't know what that means. Is this the bottom? Bottom of what? I don't understand what you mean by that. Bottom of what? So this is where we are, right? More confluences are pushing towards a short squeeze than one that isn't, right? That's what it's looking like for me. Also, with Bitcoin dominance, that's looking weak. That's in essence forming a lower high. We want that. This is working well for us, right? A lower high for this is great. We're getting golden crosses all over the place. Things are moving in a very, very beneficial, strong way forward. This is a really interesting factor that I want everyone to understand. We're getting a lot of bullish confluences in Bitcoin and crypto and all other aspects that I would want you to really, really understand. I'm hearing that the charts are looking great for alts and Bitcoin and ETH. Is that so? Sorry, Cayman. Yeah, it's looking down. I'm getting to ETH in a second. Right? Things are looking good in this sense. Things are looking all good. If we look at ETH, Bitcoin divided by the dollar, this is looking very bullish. Really, really bullish. The RSI of Bitcoin cross and go down. No, I just showed that there's a slingshot looking like it's going to be appearing on Bitcoin. This is looking very bullish, right? Really good. Try to deviate out of that this channel that we're in. A deviation out of that, in fact a RS flip here, right? SR flip here is going to be extremely violent. This is a very strong level of resistance. If that breaks, because that is in essence then a full-blown change of trend, and that will bode very, very well for the market, right? If we look at total 3 divided by Bitcoin, this ain't so good. This ain't so good. This is what we don't want, right? As I said, there's so many things that are right now it's a full percentage game right now, because it's so dependent on relevant data. The markets show, in my opinion, a greater confluence towards a breakout, but there are factors that are bearish as well. I want everyone to really understand that. That's why it's so difficult to judge or what's happening in the market right now. It's really, really difficult. But again, things are looking bullish for the short term. We'll see. We'll see what happens. And there's also some piece of information that's coming out on that should be coming out on Friday that should give you more confidence to the bullish side, right? So there's that. If you look at others on Bitcoin, again, same deal. We're having a bearish movement here. It needs to break above these EMAs, and more importantly, we're still on a downtrend. I mean, if we look carefully, like these things, this is still lower high, lower high. You know what I mean? This is a confirmation of a downtrend. If you can understand, like that's just still, it's a downtrend until we break that, and you see that downtrend coincides absolutely perfectly with these EMAs. Breaking above these long-term EMAs are the hardest things to do, especially with these type of graphs, where it's a comparison between one sector with another, with the major in the economy that you're looking at, or the trading field, right? If we look at total market cap, this looks really bullish. I don't want to say, but this is looking super bullish. This is a formation of an SR flip. It's a confirmation of an SR flip, multiple times of that. This is looking very, very strong, right? This looks strong. And it looks like we're developing a bit of an inverse head and shoulders, which could cause further expansion up. We're seeing the long-term cup and handle, a bullish cup and handle formation, which when charted from the bottom to the top of the breakout, looks like it can hit around the 5.3 trillion. We still have movement here. That there is the bull market. This bit here, right? That's trillions of dollars going into a bull market. And most importantly, I stated it in my video, the one that no one watched, the dominance, gold dominance in relation to Bitcoin dominance, in relation to altcoins, all is coming down to a point where, I'll draw this on here, right? It's coming to an inverse direction, right? So we have gold, right? Bitcoin is becoming greater than gold in dominance. And because of the Bitcoin dominance right now going down on the downward trend, altcoins, that's not how you spell alt, but you know what I mean. God, my dyslexia came out hard there. Came out hard. Yes, you can, Christian. Yeah, it's either one of these, right? And follow as well. Follow, like, and comment, and all that kind of stuff. Gold dominance is dropping, and because Bitcoin to dominance, and I'll show this. I'll show it here, right? I'll show you this here. I'll show it to you guys. If we could look at BTC. Excuse me. Right. If you look at Bitcoin to gold, I do love how everyone's starting to do type. There we go. That there, right there, my friends, is showing that Bitcoin dominance is gaining ground on gold, right? Where was I? Where did I draw this? Yep. Look, yeah. So gold dominance is dropping. Bitcoin is gaining dominance on gold, and then because Bitcoin dominance is going down, we're going to see alts soon. So we are at the absolute precipice of this thing going absolutely nuts. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Vargas. We're at the precipice of this going absolutely nuts. I want everyone to really, really understand that. We are really, really close to this. I think a rate cut is going to happen in September. If you look at the understanding of September right now, right? If we look here on September, the chance of a rate cut is 64%. I think this is going to go, after this week, I think this is going to go up. I really do think this is going to go up. I mean, there's a 33.8% chance that it's going to go up by 50 basis points, let alone 25, right? I think this is going to go up after this week. And that's the situation of where we are right now. That's what we're looking at, and that's what we're seeing developing. I think this is where we are. I really do think so. Because Bitcoin is getting to it, especially if Bitcoin starts getting to these crazy 135 levels, the barrier to entry to gain any real gain from this is going to be multi-year investments. And I'll tell you this, right? The chance of retail coming in is wholeheartedly. Have you seen this graph, by the way? Did I show you this graph? Oh, I don't have the graph on me here. How would I? Let me 1 second. Hold TikTok. Hold 1 second. I'm gonna send it to myself. 1 second. 1 second. Hold. Let me send this. Here we go. Okay. All right. I'm back, right? Check this out. Check this out. I sent this to myself so we can see. Yeah, here. All right. Check this out. This is a wild graph. There we go. Check this out. This is an insane. This is an unbelievable graph right now, right? And this is why I believe that we are nowhere near. We are nowhere near. Um, we are nowhere near. I mean, like we're nowhere near the beginning of alt season, the actual real parabolic rise. Retail is nowhere near this thing. Nowhere near. I mean, literally, it's nowhere near at this present moment. We're in a such an interesting, crazy situation right now that once Bitcoin really gets to the level that I believe that we're going to get to, around this level here, this one last big push here, I think the interest of retail is going to be huge. And they're going to look at Bitcoin and go, they're going to go, I want to gain some of this gain, this move up, right? I want some of this. And I genuinely think, alts are going to be the place where it's going to be. Especially when you get a rate cut and there's money markets that are going to be looking to put that money somewhere, and you look at all the confluences that are coming, and I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something really, really interesting. I heard something in the grapevine. But do I want to say this before I get 50,000 likes? I don't know. Do I want that? One second. Do I want to do that before 50,000 likes? Just do it. Interesting. So does that mean that I have to give something without getting something in return? That's normally the case. That's normally the case. But we were bearish in August and last week. It's still a possibility. Still a possibility. It's still free. I want it free. You were bearish in August last week. Yeah, still could be, right? The numbers push towards a bearish move. It's so hard. I said to everyone last week, if you listen to Jose carefully, I said that I believe that we have one last move up and then a very bearish August. We're at the peak. We're at the precipice of that happening. Like attracts like. I don't know what that means, but I assume that's a positive. I have a feeling Trump is going to give stimulus checks to his tariffs. No, that's not it. It does involve Trump though. So I'm gonna explain two things that's going to be happening. Two things, piece of information. One is to do with the greater cryptoverse, and the second is to do with Fat Cat. And I'm going to give hints. The second one is going to be a hint. I won't tell you exactly what it is, but boy, will you see it. 31. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, let's talk about other things. I guess people don't want to do it. Come on, say it. Why would I say it? Excuse me. All I get is people coming in and calling me like rugger and all this kind of stuff. So in the meantime, I'll just wait while you guys. But that's the situation. That's where we are right now. And I got some really oh man. I was like, man, I should really be charging for this stuff. This should be something that I should be doing on a more regular paid type of situation. As usual, I'm the one giving half the likes. All right, Mr. T, I'll give it to you personally. Your true friends love you, bro. Thank you so much, man. I don't know. I honestly, it's sometimes I don't know. Let's make a deal. 40K, 40 on top of the 50, 90. All right. Well, Christian said 90, so I'm sticking by what Christian said. Thank you so much, Christian. That's very kind. I'll wait for that as well. That's possibility of it happening. No problem. Thank you, Christian. Very kind. Very kind, Christian. Everyone talk to Christian. It's all about Christian. All right, let's look at some Ethereum in the meantime. Right, Ethereum. ETH, bruv, right? This is interesting about ETH right now. Short term, I mean, we're talking at the 30 minute to 1 hour, maybe to two, even the 4 hour. 4 hour looks bullish. The 2 hour looks a bit bearish, right? We are trying, right? This is the situation where we are. This is where what's going on. In my opinion, in my humble opinion, and I usually don't, know anything. We are at the point. We are at the point of a major resistance area in ETH. But as I said last time, the fourth try of a breakout is usually the breakout that breaks through. And we've had it 1, 2, 3, and we're at the fourth attempt on this. God, I hate that it's in this. Like, it makes me question myself, right? I hate that it's on a week where we have some of the most impactful news ever, right? This thing is going to make or break this month. Wait, what are you talking about? I'm talking about ETH at the moment. In my humble opinion, ETH has had a retracement, a rejection of the 0.5, and I think it's going to go and retest the upper band. There's big liquidity at 4K. Yes, there is huge liquidity. By the way, Punky, I think I'm not too sure, but I think I won our little bet. Not too sure, but I think I did. Hello, Coach B. How you doing, man? TikTok comments are full of trolls, and X comments hold XRP warriors. Yeah, man. What are you talking about? XRP is the king. I still can't believe. One of the OG creators of XRP has $4 billion worth of this coin, has sold $174 million of it, right? And people are still like, good, get him out. Do you know what a $4 billion sell of XRP would do to that graph? Does anyone really? And look, this is on alongside the fact that XRP daily is selling on your ass, right? I do love this amazing aspect of inflation in coins, right? It's incredible. I love the way that we're at this scenario right now where inflation is a term that everyone accepts, when in reality it is the coin minting more and then selling it on their supporters. It's unbelievable. Dominance rejected at the 0.5 retrace. It could be another move down. One second. What I would say. One second. What is going on here? What I would say. You say Bitcoin dominance. Yeah, I mean, look, this looks bearish, which is good for altcoins, right? I would say ETH is going to try and attempt to break through, and I think it will either full on break through or it will get to XRP to $3. Yeah, boy, can't wait. You just realized. I just realized what. I will answer that for you, XRP. I don't know. Look, I think XRP is still gonna have a crazy run, right? Because what happens right now is their lobbyists, are insane. They have some of the most fanatical lobbyists in the world, and they have a lot of I just wrote dumb here. As you can see, I don't delete any of the things I do. They have really fanatical lobbyists, right? And they have fanatical people that are holding it. So I would not be surprised if this expands up. I really wouldn't be surprised. People are stupid. They want to buy something that the actual owner is selling on you. That's the situation where it's going on. Ripple is like Omaze, and Ticketmaster is legit but ran by. That's a great way to put it. That's a really great way. That's a really great way to put it. Uh, cool. That's amazing. I never thought of it that way, but that's just it makes it so simple to understand. Ah man, that was funny. Ah, good. All right, 1 second. Where are we right now? 1 second. I want to show you guys something. Yeah. So that's the situation where we are. I mean, oh, we've got the 50,000. That's interesting. Well, we got 40 more because he said 40, 50 plus 40. 50K, spin it. Right. So I heard from the grapevine, from that guy that apparently I don't know, and people say that they don't think I know, even though I'm getting a lot of things early, and no one likes to watch my lives and get this thing. But Donald Trump is going to be outlining a crypto slash altcoin legislation bill on Friday. And he may do a press release about it. May. It may happen. But if it does, you guys better be 50,000 is the minimum, right? So it looks like that's happening. It actually is happening. So on the Friday, not a lot of people know about this, but they're having a crypto legislation bill meeting where they're going to be talking about the implication of the Genius Act, and on top of that, in essence, what we talk about is the altcoin inauguration act. That's what they're talking about, where they're looking to create a framework for banking structures to be able to offer what we would describe as alts. Yeah. So Friday might maybe be slightly bullish. Who knows? Maybe Alvarez, to be honest, I'm considering selling. Go for it, man. Look, ultimately in the end of what it is, and what's important in this time is that it's your choice, right? Everything right now is your choice. It's your choice to understand what's happening. It's your choice to do it, and make sure that it's not because someone said something to you. This is the thing. Just make sure you understand that it's your choice, not anything else. And that's where the key fundamental factor is in all this. If you make that choice yourself, then you'll learn from it, or you'll understand in any other way. It's always a big dip coming. We'll see. We will see. Right now, it's extremely difficult. It is extremely difficult to understand where it's going to be going. Right now, what's happening in essence in the market is right now there is de-risking going on, full blown de-risk. Everyone is in a de-risking factor because of the number of important data that's going on. Hello, Lamar, how are you doing? You're going to mention about Fat Cat? Yes. What is I'm gonna be very cryptic right now because when it comes out, you guys are gonna find out, right? I'm gonna name. Right, you know what? I might even show you. 1 second. I'm gonna show you something. But you guys, nah, I don't know. I can't do it because it's been recorded. What can I show you? How much of a detectives are you guys? Because I don't know if I can show this. I mean, it's not going to be the main thing I'm going to show you. I'm just going to show you a buddy of mine. Oh, man, I look like such an idiot in that photo. But I want to show you guys a buddy of mine. My short on ETH got liquidated. And Lamar, can you stop putting 300% shorts on your on ETH, please? Can I show this? All right, I'm gonna show it very, very quickly. I can't show you exactly what it is. Like, let me show you this. Right. 1 second. Let me do it in a way that's. I'm gonna show it very quickly. All right. Okay. Watch everyone gonna like watch it back in the thing. But I'm gonna show it so quickly that you guys aren't even gonna notice it. Right. I'm gonna show you a buddy of mine. All right. I'm gonna show you a buddy of mine, and I'm gonna show you. Think of what is the only coin right now that is showing a real pump in the market. Which one? Which one? Which one is showing a real? All right, I'm gonna show you. All right, are you guys ready? 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Do you guys see that? I don't know if you guys saw it. I'll do it very quickly again. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Right. If you guys can figure out who that is, you guys should really be you guys should really be considering buying Fat Cat. That's all I'm gonna say, man. That's the cute clue. I showed you a picture. I gave you the clue of which coin is doing a lot. Like it's really up. They've had very bullish news and I've talked about it before it happened. And that's it. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. So I'm gonna say, man. I can't. Brad Garlinghouse. Yes, it's Brad Garling. It's Brad Garlinghouse. So I'm gonna say. Watch it back and try and understand what's going on. That's all I'm gonna say. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all you guys need to understand. But just know people are impatient, right? That's all I'm gonna say. And when you're impatient on the precipice of a massive alt season that is looking like it's ever more likely to happen. Anyway, man. That's all I'm gonna say. You guys, what can I say? What can I say? Alt season cancelled. Sure. Correction short term. It's a real possibility. Right now, I would say it's a 70-30% chance. A 30% chance that we will get an initial pullback, possibly around to the 1600 area, possibly to clean out that inefficiency wick that's here, right? You know, the inefficient, that type of aspect. All right. So all that kind of stuff. That's the situation where we are right now. You have to be very careful about. So we could see a small dip down, which could cause real problems into the alt. But I think long term, man, long term, we are going to be. I think we're going to be very good. Yeah, pull back to 116 is possible to clean out that inefficiency here. But I will tell you, I said it before, bull flag within a bull flag. People are it's amazing the amount of times and what people are doing. They're right now. I thought I saw Maximilian Crown. No, oh man, you guys have no idea who that is. You have no idea who that is. And if I did, just imagine in 20 years, bro, we could be mad rich. Hey, I'm working. Look, I'm giving you guys relative short-term plays here, right? But I'm just going to tell you this. Um, all you guys are impatient AF, man. It's crazy how impatient you guys are. We're talking on a monthly scale here. Unless you're really high leverage, are you guys in a hurry? Can I understand this? I wonder if people who trade the S&P 500, right? If people are who trade the S&P 500 like every week go, oh no, it's down 3%. Oh no, it's up 0.5%. Oh no, it's no, man. You hold and wait from there. I have a screenshot of him. He looks like a guy from Malibu Most Wanted. Patrick, why are you screenshotting, man? Don't screenshot anything. People who are detectives, right? And see who that guy is. Alvarez, I need to show you something. Bro, please, I beg you. As much as I would like to see whatever you want to show me, I've had people ask me that before and it's never ended well. So I'm going to politely refuse. Right? I'm sure it's impressive. I'm sure, your wife was very, very. That's how you got your wife. But all I will say is that I'm okay. It's cool, man. I'm sure it's amazing. I felt like we had a thing at this point. I don't know, man. I'm so I'm so unsure anymore, man. We're in crypto. When someone says I'm going to show you something, I'm just like, oh man. Pump is pumping, ton hex and crow. Yeah. I'll just say this, right? And I'm going to leave you on this note because I'm going to end it quite. I'm going to get off quite quickly, right? Because I'm feeling super tired. I've had an insane day today, like absolutely insane day. That is so funny. Why you funny? It's been 2 weeks. I need to stand out, bro. I assume you stand out every day. It's usually a morning occurrence, but let's not beat around the bush. That's what she said, right? So anyone that does their research, and this is the thing I'm going to say, anyone who does the research and finds out who I just showed, if they don't think that fat cat is going to do stupid things, I don't know what else needs to be shown. That's all I'm going to say to you. That's it, man. That's where I am. I'm going to leave it on that note because I'm tired. I'm tired of not only doing all this stuff, but then people seeing potential green candles left, right, and center and thinking, I need to chase that. I need to do this. You know what I mean? But look, one more thing I want everyone to really understand as well, right, is that there are certain plays in this market, right? There are certain plays in this market that I will say to everyone. And I want everyone to really have a look at one. And I know I've been talking about it. I've done some videos about it and do all that kind of stuff, right? And I want everyone to really know that it's also something that you guys should really look through. And I'm going to do a bit more of a longer stream tomorrow about it and explain exactly what's going on. But I would keep a good eye on Pinlink, because the more I'm looking into it, the more I'm understanding what's happening, the more that they are really, really playing. Um, it it's something that will grow with the future of not only AI but deepin and RWA. All those things are going to be a really really important aspect on that side. So tomorrow I'm going to be talking about it more importantly. The ticker is pin and it's pin link. Check it out. I've done videos about it. Check it out on my thing and then we can go from there. All right. Okay. I will catch you guys later. Tomorrow I'll do a bit more of an interesting deep dive in what I was talking about. And we can go from there. Hopefully things go well. Tomorrow's going to be absolutely crazy. Crazy all over the place. It's going to be wild up, down, left, right, and center. I would be very careful in doing what it is because in my eyes it would be full blown betting, and it'd be better to have clearer mind and understanding of what's going on in the market before we move forward in those things. Anyway, guys, love, affection, all that kind of stuff, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace, peace, peace. All right. All right, guys. I'll catch you guys later. You guys are amazing. I'll